Welcome to the local community food centre. My name is Kate and I'm joined here with my friend Colleen. Colleen is our summer student and she's actually completed 5 years of study in nutrition. So we're going to be asking you some questions. Today I'm really excited because we're going to be making one of my favourite soups. It's a cold soup and it's called Gazpacho and it's from Spain. And I have great memories of my sister and I going to Spain, and we would eat Gazpacho for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and there were so many variations. But this is a wonderful soup. It's really like a salad in a blender, and it only takes a few minutes to make. So I'm going to show you we are going to show you how to make Gazpacho. So first of all, the ingredients you're going to need are really simple. You're going to need 1 pepper, so it could be orange or red or green, it's up to you. Probably 3/4 of the cucumber. In the recipe we put a small cucumber, so I would say 3/4. You're going to need half an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, or if you like it a little garlicky, you can go with 3, and approximately 8 Roma tomatoes. So this is sort of a medium-sized tomato, and that is equivalent to about 2 pounds. And this is optional, but you can put some jalapeno pepper in it. And then we've got some basil, you can either use red wine vinegar or lemon juice for that acid, salt, pepper, and olive oil. Okay, so we're going to begin by roughly chopping up the veggies, and we're just going to pop it all in a blender. There's no oven involved, no heat or anything. Just going to pop it in here. Okay, before I start, I just got a question for you, Colleen. The recipe says Roma tomatoes, okay. Why Roma tomatoes and not beefsteak tomatoes or other types of tomatoes?
Well, that's an awesome question, and I have a lot of information about just Roma tomatoes and beefsteak tomatoes and things like that. So Roma tomatoes are actually known as the stewing tomato. And so what that means is they actually have the least amount of seeds, which makes them ideal for soups and sauces. That's why you think you see a lot of Italian tomato sauces, spaghetti sauces with them. So that's kind of why we're using Roma tomatoes. They're also very bold in flavor, which is another good reason. They are also very in season right now, along with a lot of other tomatoes. And then the other tomatoes that we have here, I just brought a few just to show you, just so you know the difference. So these are on the vine tomatoes. And on the vine tomatoes are really just as it sounds. So they're tomatoes that are left on the vine to fully ripen. And what this does, or the benefits of this, is that the tomato is able to fully absorb the nutrients that are from the plant. So these are great tomatoes and just very versatile for everyday use. The beefsteak tomato is the next one here. So it looks very similar to the on the vine tomato, but it's off the vine and it's a different variety. So the beefsteak tomato is known as the salsa tomato. So these are very, very juicy, which makes them ideal for salsa, sauces, and other things, dips and things like that. Another thing about beefsteak tomatoes is that they're very mild in flavor, which makes them very complementary in your meals. So this is what makes beefsteak tomatoes good on burgers and in dishes and things like that, things that you don't want it to overpower your meal. So that's what the beefsteak tomatoes are for. And then the last one here, which you may have or may have not seen, I personally have never bought one. This is my first time buying one. So this is called an heirloom tomato, and heirloom tomatoes are very unique in size and color. So there's a wide variety. They come in purple, green, yellow, all the different colors. And these are very bold in flavor. They are known to be the most bold in flavor, so they're good on their own. So instead of on a burger or in a meal or something, you want these can be a staple on their own. So roasting, grilling, things like that. So those are the variety of tomatoes that are very popular right now, but we are using Roma tomatoes because of the lack of seeds in them and the bold flavor. So
it was really interesting. Now I know a little bit more about the tomatoes I use every day. So what we're doing here, we're putting 3/4 of the veggies actually in the blender, but we're leaving about a quarter. We're going to add those a little bit later for a little bit of chunkiness. Is that a word?
yes.
Okay, a little bit of chunkiness in the soup. So we've got most things in here. I'm just going to add some basil. This is basil from our garden. It goes so well with tomatoes, eh? So we're getting full here. All right, I'm going to put in some basil, and we're going to add 1/4 cup of olive oil. There we are, lovely olive oil. And we're going to put in some salt and pepper. It's a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And you could either you need something acidic in this, so you can either put some red wine vinegar or lemon juice, whichever you choose. You want to have about 2 tablespoons. So we're just gonna put that in. 1, 2. There we are. And this is optional, but you can always put a jalapeno pepper in. You know, it's in Spain, they don't like spicy food. They don't generally, they don't usually put spicy things in, but I love spice, so I'm going to put in with the seeds. You okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. So in goes the jalapeno. Anything else that we could add? I think that's it. We're good. All right. You want to do the honors, Colleen?
Sure.
Whoa!
That's amazing.
Looking good. Feel like it's going to take off. Oh, sounds like it's going to take off. Okay, so you really want to blend the gazpacho, 3/4 of it till it's really smooth. So you can actually, looks like you can actually drink it. There we are, it's super smooth. So once you've got it nice and smooth, we should taste it. Really important to taste this because you want to make sure the flavor is there. It's tasting good. I like a little bit more salt, so you know what? I'm just going to put a little bit more salt in there. Salt makes a huge difference to the flavor. But other things you can add a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, a little bit of Worcester sauce, or Worcestershire. In England, we call it Worcester sauce. That's a great flavor. Or you could add more herbs. You could add some chives or some parsley or green onion. Yeah, absolutely. So I think just, go.
Oh, I turned it off.
That's good. Okay, now we're going to add the last quarter, and we're just going to blend for about 10-15 seconds, just so we got some chunky bits in our gazpacho. There we are. Pulse it. Look good? Okay, we're ready. All right, let's have our bowl. And is wonderful. Beautiful color. We'll put it on our plate. And then you can top your gazpacho with some croutons. Actually, in Spain, they often add bread to the actual gazpacho, but we're going to add some croutons and some basil. Let's make it pretty. There we are. How easy is that? Voila.
Yeah.
Gazpacho. So next week, what are we going to make?
We should make salad rolls.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, with the
the
rice
rice
and
paper,
the
yeah.
and the peanut sauce.
Yes.
All right, that's what it is. Salad rolls with peanut sauce next week. So please remember to order your kit by tomorrow, but no, Thursday at noon, okay? And we'll have a kit ready so you can make this gazpacho in the comfort of your home. Hope you enjoyed this video as much as we did making it. And from everyone here at the local, please stay safe and well, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.